So you simply plug your end of the cord in the socket over there. You take the other end of it and plug it in here. And you put this halfway, your throttle halfway, and choke all the way over the choke. You hit this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Choke, 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 choke. Right? So then you, once, because in choke, you'll know this thing's in choke because you'll see black smoke or whatever come up, but we change the oil on this machine. So once you get this thing fired, you got 1, 2, 3, right? So if it's really cold out here, you want this machine to warm up, and then you go all the way off, choke fully off, and you're happy. Then you can, all depending on what speed you go, you want to go, either rabbit or in the middle, kind of a deal. Over here, you've got your auger control. So this is going to spin your controls up front. If you see that thing spinning and you're not telling it to, shut this machine down, because that means that big propeller is going to be spinning down there too. So if you see that thing spinning and you didn't tell it to, shut her down. All it is this is too tight. So a person, all you have to do is really unloosen these and loosen this up a hair, that thing will stop spinning. As far as that goes, your propeller will stop spinning. And basically, come around over here, because I'm ripping on the cord. Trust me, if you get a newspaper in there, you're gonna be reaching for this really fast, because it'll be squealing like an old pig up there. As far as that goes, only put in as much gas as it's gonna take in order to do your job at the end of the season. Let this thing run out of gas. Then you can come around to the carburetor side, right? And remove that brass nut. Don't remove it, but spin it out enough to where it's draining everything out of the bowl. And then put your machine away. Only add fresh gas to this unit. Over here, because sometimes you can lose your shear pins. If you catch a rock or something in that propeller in the back, sometimes it'll break these shear pins. So you'll know if it breaks a shear pin because it's only pulling snow in from one side. As far as that goes, don't take on big, heavy, wet, thick snow in 6th gear, because what that'll do is there's a brass worm gear in here. It'll take that brass worm gear out. And how you'll know is because you'll say, well, the auger spins and then it stops spinning. That's because it's on teeth and then it's off teeth. As far as that go, Pam cooking spray on the sides, on these augers, on that propeller, and in this chute area here for heavy, wet, thick snow. If that thing gets clogged, you want to take the shutter down and take this here and clear it out. And then fire your unit back up. Never want to stick your hands in there. Other than that, we aired up the tires. This thing's a beast.
Okay.
That's all you mainly got to do. It's got fresh oil in here. Right, the oil's
Where'd you put the oil in?
Here. Here, and basically you don't want this going up above the line. So there's a line right there. You can see I'm right on that line. Okay. You don't want it way up here. If it's way up here, it's designed to spit that oil out to save this unit. So where it'll spit this oil out at is there's a nice little black hose right here. So if you see a bunch of oil running down there, that means this thing is overfilled with oil. So it's designed to kick that out. If this engine, this Tecumseh engine, if it ain't got enough oil in it, there's a float down in the bottom of the engine block. So what it'll do is if it ain't enough oil in there, it'll shut that engine down to save that engine. So Tecumseh do everything they can to keep a homeowner from destroying the engines. Okay. The brand new spark plug on this puppy, fresh gas in here. This thing's ready to rock. Good go.
Okay, couple of questions here. Sure. During the season, will the oil need to be changed or filled up? This should last it for this winter.
But I always tell people, it all depends on, if you're out here, every week or so using this thing, then you want to check that oil. You simply want to check it, and it's basically just 530 oil. Okay. It's 530 oil. I generally use a funnel to put that oil in there because it'll go everywhere if you don't. But it's 530 oil on this puppy. And I put 91 in my truck, so that's what I have in my gas cans. You don't have to use 91, but that's what I put in this thing.
And does the oil need to be drained at the end of the season along with the gas?
No.
Leave the oil in there. And then at the beginning of the new season, does the oil need to be drained to put fresh oil in?
No, ma'am.
No, okay.
No, ma'am, unless you're using this thing every day for the whole entire winter, then yes, because the oil is going to be black. But I only suspect that the next time I see this unit, that oil is still going to be nice and clear.
All right. All right.
And how you drain this oil, if somebody ever did decide to, you want to get a long funnel on, I got a longo milk jug. Generally what I'll do is I'll put a block up under the front of this thing and have it lean in this direction. So all you want to do is get one of them sockets.
Can you do that again? I didn't see that.
Sure, you bet. So if you just put a block up under there to hold this thing back. Then here, all you want to do is unloosen this here, and the oil will come right out.
Okay.
If this machine hits anything, what'll happen is the oil and the gas will mix together. You'll know because this thing's smoking like a train. So I always tell my son that when you open this up and that stuff comes, the oil comes flying out of here like an ocean, oil and gas mix together. So definitely try not to hit nothing with this puppy.
Now tell me about what needs to be done. It's hot and sunny right now.
Sure.
It's kind of early that we got it serviced. What should be done right now so this thing will work in November?
Every 2 weeks or so, come out here and let this thing run for 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. And this is a 30-day warranty?
Yes.
Okay, but we shouldn't have anything go wrong, right?
If you do, I'd have to say that's homeowner error.
Okay. Okay. All right, any questions, Richard?
When you gonna come over and get mine?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
That one's tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, we got the exact same
Yes,
machine.
sir.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, I have a recycle and disposal business of these things. People generally pay me to go and get these things, right? Right?
Because they can't get into work.
Well, that too, sir. People are older folks and they don't want to have to think with moving snow anymore. You know, so they pay me to come pick these ride mowers and generators and pressure washers. And they pay me to come pick them up. Imagine that.
Wow.
That was during the pandemic when I figured that one out.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. They just don't want it. Don't want to deal with it.
Well, something could be, you know, may not want to start, or a pump could be bad on, like for instance, almost a brand new Honda pressure washer. So we went over there and repaired it for the guy, and the pump was cracked. So we said, okay, take with you whenever you see how much a new pump's gonna cost, give me a holler. New pump was 160 bucks. He says, I'll just keep it.
Yeah.
So I put a new pump on that thing. I use that thing to power wash off riding mowers and all the oil and junk. In a sense, I got it for free.
So tell me for the video here, so that, you know, I'm going to send this to you and to other people that are looking for someone. Just put your name and your phone number and the name of your business.
Jeremiah Small Engine Repair, 720-669-7277. We're a mobile business. We come to you.
Okay, and you're Ron, right?
I'm Ron.
Okay. All right.